Welcome back to Real Numismatic, where history, craftsmanship, and the fascinating world of coin collecting come together. Every coin has a story to tell, and sometimes even an ordinary-looking piece can reveal remarkable details about its design, production, and collectible appeal. Today, we're taking a close look at a 2010 United Kingdom 1 penny coin, examining its history, its design, what makes certain examples collectible, and what your particular coin reveals from the photographs you've provided. Let's begin. The humble 1 penny coin is something millions of people have handled without giving it much thought, yet it represents centuries of British monetary history. The 2010 1 penny belongs to a modern series introduced after one of the biggest redesigns of circulating British coinage in recent history. Although this coin was produced for everyday spending rather than as a rare collectible, certain dates, varieties, minting characteristics, and exceptional preserved examples have attracted increasing attention among collectors. Understanding what makes these coins special requires looking beyond face value and exploring the remarkable story behind their creation. The coin shown in your photographs is clearly dated 2010. On the obverse appears the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, facing right. Around the portrait is the Latin inscription Elizabeth to D. G. Reg. F.D., which translates to Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. Below the Queen's neckline are the initials IRB, identifying the portrait's designer, Ian Rank Broadley. His portrait of Queen Elizabeth II was introduced in 1998 and remained on circulating British coins for many years. Compared with earlier portraits, Rank Broadley's design portrays the Queen with a more realistic appearance, emphasizing dignity rather than idealization. Turning to the reverse, your coin features part of the royal shield, a design created by acclaimed designer Matthew Dent, rather than placing the traditional portcullis or Britannia on every denomination. The Royal Mint introduced a completely new concept beginning in 2008. Each circulating denomination displays a different section of the royal shield, and when all denominations are placed together, they form the complete shield from the royal coat of arms. The 1 penny represents the lower left portion of the shield, including part of the cross and the chains associated with the arms of Northern Ireland. This innovative design connected every denomination into one artistic collection, making British circulating coins unlike those of almost any other nation. The 2010 1 penny is struck from copper-plated steel rather than solid bronze. This composition change actually began in 1992 as a cost-saving measure when copper prices rose significantly. The coin has a standard weight of approximately 3.56 grams, a diameter of 20.3 millimeters, a thickness of about 1.65 millimeters, and features a plain edge. These technical specifications are useful because collectors often verify authenticity by comparing a coin's weight and dimensions with official Royal Mint standards. Significant deviations could indicate damage, counterfeit production, or post-mint alteration. Historically, the penny has played an essential role in Britain's economy for hundreds of years. Although today's decimal penny dates only to 1971, when the United Kingdom decimalized its currency, the denomination itself traces its origins back well over 1,000 years. The decimal system simplified British currency by replacing the old pounds, shillings, and pence system with 100 pennies per pound. Over time, the designs evolved to reflect changing artistic tastes while preserving national symbols and royal portraits that connect generations of British history. The Royal Mint, one of the world's oldest operating mints, has continuously refined its manufacturing technology. Modern circulating pennies are produced using high-speed presses capable of striking hundreds of coins every minute. Steel blanks are first plated with copper before being struck under tremendous pressure between engraved dies. This process transfers every detail from the Queen's portrait to the intricate shield design onto the surface of the coin. Because the dies wear gradually over time, small differences in strike quality may appear throughout a production run. Although most remain within normal mint tolerances, collectors often wonder whether every 2010 penny is valuable. The simple answer is no. Most examples entered circulation and remain worth only their face value unless they possess something that distinguishes them. Factors influencing value include outstanding preservation, certified high grades, recognized mint errors, documented die varieties, or exceptional collector demand. Market values fluctuate continually depending on recent sales, grading standards, and bear interest, so no single value applies to every coin. Let's carefully examine the photographs you submitted. Based solely on what is visible, The date 2010 is clearly readable, and the obverse lettering appears complete. The portrait of Queen Elizabeth II shows noticeable circulation wear, especially on the highest points of the hair and facial details. The surfaces display normal contact marks consistent with a circulated coin. The copper plating appears intact without obvious signs of corrosion visible in the photographs. On the reverse, the royal shield design remains clear, with the major design elements still well defined. There are minor abrasions and small contact marks typical of circulation. The lettering 1 penny is readable and evenly struck. I do not see evidence of an off-center strike, broad strike, clipped planchet, or other major mint error from these images. Likewise, I cannot confidently identify a double die or a punch feature because such diagnostics require close magnified examination and multiple viewing angles. It's important not to assume the existence of an error simply because a coin receives attention online. One topic that frequently generates excitement among collectors is mint errors. Genuine mint errors can include off-center strikes, brockages, die cracks, retained cuds, clipped plankets, wrong plankets, or dramatic die breaks. However, many marks seen on circulated coins are actually caused by damage after the coin leaves the mint. Distinguishing true mint errors from circulation damage requires careful study and, in valuable cases, professional authentication. The photographs of your coin do not provide sufficient evidence to claim the presence of a recognized mint error. And responsible numismatics always avoids making unsupported conclusions. Grading is another essential part of determining value. Professional grading services evaluate a coin's preservation using internationally recognized grading scales. A heavily circulated coin generally commands only minimal premiums, while an example preserved in mint state can be considerably more desirable. Even then, the difference between a mint state 64 and mint state 67 coin can be substantial because truly pristine examples become increasingly scarce. For modern British pennies, high-grade certified examples are generally the most sought after among collectors rather than average circulated pieces. Authentication also plays a vital role. Collectors should compare weight, diameter, magnetic properties, and design details with official Royal Mint specifications. Since the 2010 penny is made from copper-plated steel, it is magnetic, unlike the earlier bronze decimal pennies produced before the composition change. If a supposedly modern penny is not attracted to a magnet, that would warrant further investigation. Although testing should always be done carefully to avoid damaging the coin. An interesting aspect of Matthew Dent's Royal Shield series is how it transformed everyday pocket change into a puzzle. When all circulating denominations from the 1 penny through the 50 pence are arranged together, they recreate the complete Royal Shield. This concept received international praise for combining functionality with artistic symbolism and remains one of the most distinctive redesigns in modern coinage. Modern coin collecting has also benefited from improved documentation. Collectors now rely on auction archives, grading population reports, and official Royal Mint publications to evaluate scarcity and demand. While some headlines claim ordinary pennies are worth thousands of pounds, experienced collectors know that extraordinary prices generally involve authenticated errors, exceptionally high grades, or unique historical circumstances. Responsible collecting means verifying every claim before assuming a coin is rare or valuable. If you believe your coin might have an unusual characteristic not visible in these photographs, consider photographing it under bright, even lighting using high magnification. Images of the date, lettering, rim, and any suspected anomaly from several angles can help experienced collectors evaluate whether further examination is worthwhile. If a potentially significant variety is suspected, obtaining an opinion from a reputable numismatic expert or submitting the coin to a professional grading service may be appropriate. Proper storage can preserve both appearance and value. Handle coins only by their edges whenever possible, avoid cleaning them, and store them in inert holders designed specifically for coins. Cleaning may seem harmless, but it often creates fine scratches that permanently reduce collector appeal. Original surfaces are generally preferred by collectors, even if a coin shows natural circulation wear. The 2010 United Kingdom 1 penny reminds us that even everyday coins can provide a fascinating glimpse into history, art, engineering, and national identity. While the example shown in your photographs appears to be a circulated coin without any clearly visible major mint error, it remains an interesting part of Britain's modern decimal coinage and a worthy addition to any collection focused on Queen Elizabeth II or the Royal Shield series. Thank you for joining me today on Real Numismatic. If you enjoyed this detailed exploration of the 2010 UK 1 penny, be sure to like this video, comment below if you found an unusual British penny in your collection, share this video with fellow collectors, and subscribe to Real Numismatic for more accurate, in-depth coin history, expert analysis, and fascinating numismatic discoveries from around the world.